Well then, it is the morning after the night before, and I'm actually in a worse mood than I was after yesterday's game, to be honest with you, upon reflection. But I'm on a little wonder again, people. A couple of days ago, the car was getting its service. Turns out I need a new tyre, so I'm getting a new tyre sorted today. So in that time, I thought I'd get some fresh air, breathe it in, walk about, and reflect on things. And as I'm doing that, our captain has just sent out a strong message on his social media, so I'll put it on the screen there for you now. Bruno Guimarães has sent a bit of a rallying cry, if you like, for everyone to stay united ahead of the next couple of weeks. Obviously, this time in a fortnight, we'll be waking up either as Carabao Cup champions and have lifted our first domestic trophy in 70 years, or we'll be in that familiar situation of not getting over the line. Obviously, let's hope it's not the latter, and we can finally break the hoodoo of lifting a bloody trophy. Would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm gonna walk over here and then have a nice little hilly background for you lot. So, listen, I like what Bruno's come out and said there. I like the fact that he said, I don't know what the hell that was. I like the fact that he said, you know, if you're looking for someone to blame, you can blame me. That's great. That's what a captain should be doing, really, taking responsibility, taking accountability. To be honest, when Bruno came on yesterday, he looked slow again. Listen, he was rested. And he looked like he needed another rest when he came on. You know, he was looking tired again. He was looking slow on the ball. He did win a couple of good fouls that he normally does, but he did also just look a bit sloppy in possession at times as well, and not really doing a great deal. So, there you go. Bit of countryside backdrop there, around the corner. Hopefully the wind's not too bad and the audio's okay. But so Bruno's put that message out there. He's really saying, you know, you look for someone to blame me. I know these are difficult moments, hard times, getting eliminated from cup competitions, but it is really important that we do stick together ahead of the club's biggest game in recent history in less than 2 weeks' time. The Carabao Cup final. We must stick together, stay united, and continue to support each other to try and bring that trophy back to the tune, in other words. So I do like that message. I do like that he came out and made a statement, and it's a strong one, and it is a strong message from our captain. So that is good to see. And I hope he is just rallying the lads this week in training, because we've got a week now until the next game, you know, West Ham on Monday night. So there's a lot of time for the lads to reflect, regroup, get together and sort it out, to be honest, like before that trip to Wembley. Yeah, it's come around quick, that trip to Wembley, like, and we're coming into in a really bad spell, as per usual. And let's reflect on it then. And like I said, I'm in a worse mood, to be honest, today than I was after the game yesterday, in terms of just really soaking it all in. Didn't have a great sleep last night. I wasn't in the best of moods because I'm just gutted, man. We've seen the cup final, the quarters draw last night in the pub after the match. We watched it. And when you look at that last 16, the teams that are in there, no disrespect to them, but there's no Man United, they got knocked out. Not that that's much of a threat now anyways, even though they beat us in the final 2 years ago. There's no Arsenal, there's no Liverpool, there's no Chelsea, there's no Tottenham. You know, a lot of the big teams are out. There's only Aston Villa and Man City you would look at and think, yeah, there you go, they're the threat. And Man City have drawn Bournemouth away. If we were Brighton, you know, that was our ball, and when we took their place, we would have had a home draw against Nottingham Forest or Ipswich. Those two sides meet Monday night tonight. So would have been likely playing Forest at home for a chance to get to a semi-final. For a chance to get to a semi-final, would have been playing Nottingham Forest at home. And Forest gave us a great game the last week or so. You know, they were a really good side, having an amazing season, but we've beaten them the last 3 times we've played them this season alone. So, a chance to get to Wembley there, the best chance ever I've seen since I've been watching football the past 30 years of getting to a bloody final, of going for and win that FA Cup. I've never seen a weaker last 16, and you know, it's not on paper, football can't be played on paper, but like I said, without the big guns there, the experience there, especially like Liverpool, you know, Arsenal, then my God, that last 16, the chance to be playing those to Preston are still in the FA Cup beyond us, man. Shout out Preston, hope they go on to win it. Well, I hope Brighton go on to win it, to be fair. You know, they deserved it yesterday. They've never won a trophy in their lifetime. Albeit Danny Welbeck, don't really want to see him win another trophy. Mackham, he came out the day and said, miss Mackham at heart and all that crap. Sausage that he is. Retire. Just jealous really because he's older than me and still banging in goals. So I am bitterly disappointed and gutted about yesterday getting knocked out of the cup. And then the obvious one is Anthony Gordon, isn't it? It's Anthony Gordon, the head loss, the recklessness. Eddie Howe said after the game that they might appeal it. You may as well, why not? But I can't see we're being lucky with that one or getting the appeal in our favour, to be fair, because we haven't just seen if that's my ring doorbell and I'm missing another delivery there, probably. But Anthony Gordon, the head loss on him yesterday, I touched on it in yesterday's video, but just watching it back, looking it back, thinking about it back, it's just bad, isn't it? I mean, what the hell is he doing? The whistle's already blown, and then he loses his temper because his shirt is getting pulled, but then you can't react like that. Some people are saying it's softening. I get it, maybe it is. You know, remember when Van Dijk did that at Gordon and didn't even get a foul? Remember that? Van Dijk did it at Gordon and didn't even get a foul? So I look at it and you see it from that perspective, but you just know it's the letter of the law. When they raise your hands above the shoulders and you're touching the face, you're never going to get a decision, you know, against you. You are likely to possibly get a red card. And we did, you know, a straight red card. And it's just mental that 2 years ago, before the Carabao Cup final, Anthony Taylor sends off Nick Pope. 2 years later, Anthony Taylor sends off Anthony Gordon. Both red cards, by the way. It's by the letter of the law and whatever. Both red cards. So you can't really complain too much. I'm more so saying it because of how berserk it is that every time before we get to a final, we're getting these things going against us. And in the 90s, every time we got to a final, we're playing teams that were bang on it and the best in the country and all that. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to get to a final and just play someone that you actually fancy your chances with and we had a decent enough lineup to put out? Because it's not just Gordon that's missing in this, and Gordon that's going to be a gutter because he is, you know, one of our best players. Obviously, he's imperative to how we play, the press, the energy. He's, I think, first in chances created. He's first or second in chances created, assists, goals, all that sort of metrics this season, stats-wise. Very, very important for us going forward and defensively. So it's a massive blow. Massive, massive blow. But let's hope Harvey Barnes can step up and score a screamer at Wembley. Let's wait and see. But we're waiting to hear the fitness news as well for that players, because obviously Isaac went off yesterday. Howe did mention that it was just tiredness, so he should be fine hopefully for that final at Wembley. And Lewis Holt as well is a doubt because he's going to see a specialist. Lewis Holt, I think it was an ankle injury. Either way, he's going to see a specialist, so that doesn't sound good to me. He's on to see specialists. Let's hope the specialist comes back and says, yeah, he's be all right in less than 2 weeks. But that's a risky one, a worrying one. It'll be a tight call on Lewis Hall, I'd imagine. Apparently Tino Livramento should be okay though, because there was doubts over him, but Howe said he thinks he should be alright as well, so that's a plus. But oh man, just on reflection today, people, just gutted that we went out of the FA Cup. It's a great chance of getting to a semi-final at Wembley. It's a great chance of going all the way when you look at the teams that are left in the hat. But it's just the lack of momentum now. We've zapped all sort of optimism. I've seen tweets saying people are handing the tickets back to Wembley. People in pot 6 are getting calls now saying that tickets are up for grabs now. People are cancelling trains and stuff because people are just thinking, you know what, Gordon's missing, the form we're in, Liverpool are flying, Liverpool are the best in the world and all this. People are like, what's the point? I'm not kind of going down that road. I've got to stay optimistic. You have to. You choose to look at life one way or the other. Glass half empty, half full. You also have to be realistic. And if you're being realistic, obviously Liverpool are the favourites. But we'll still remain optimistic. We'll still hope that we can do it. I said pre-season, this is how we had to win a trophy. So I'm going to stick by it. Why not? We're in the final. We're going to back the lads. We're going to say that we do it. But it is going to be obviously really tough. We've made that job even harder for ourselves with Gordon being sent off yesterday. And the form we're in, there's no momentum, there's no confidence. Obviously got West Ham next week. Hopefully we can beat them 7-0 or something and get a bit of a boost. Any win would be nice, because our Premier League form has dipped off a little bit, hasn't it? Really. But since that Arsenal win, we haven't really played that well at all, to be fair. But we can go into that sort of stuff on Wednesday night's podcast live at 6, everyone, so make sure you tune into that. And there's a lack of confidence, lack of momentum, lack of belief heading into the final. The players are obviously struggling for fitness and form. So, key players missing once again. Same old story, to be fair, but it is obviously just my Monday thoughts after that exit of the FA Cup yesterday and Gordon missing the Carabao. Not ideal, not great. But got to lift yourselves up, haven't you? Got to go again. Bruno's came out and asked for us to do that, asked for us to stick together, stay united. So let's do that, let's back the lads, and let's try and bring that Carabao Cup home. back to the tune for the first time in 70 years for a domestic trophy. Let us know your thoughts, how you're feeling. Everyone, hope you have a good week. And drop your comments below. Subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.